So I got into music through a band that was back in high school. And literally, I would say that's when I realized, well, I guess I can actually take music seriously. But yeah, at the time, the band was just started with some friends, and that was pretty much how I got into music. That would be around the age of 15, I believe. And yeah, so that's how it all started. But of course, before that, I had always had the desire to become a singer. Just I never even knew like where to start from. And it's not really something that my parents at the time were in support of. With my age, for them, I just had to be focused on acquiring knowledge from school, and music could come later on. But the whole time I was just feeling like, well, why not start while I'm younger, you know? But yeah, so pretty much I started through a band with my friends, and yeah, that's how it all started. Well, to be honest, there are two persons that usually come to my mind whenever I'm asked that question, and that would be Grastika and Sinach. Grastika because I have always admired her, her demeanor, how she represents her culture, and she is someone that I literally grew up listening to, and I watched my parents dance to her songs. And so, yeah, to me, she's really like that reference. If you go to Cameroon and you want to know about any great Makossa female artist, I promise you, no one is going to tell you about a female Makossa artist without mentioning Kastika. And even being out of Cameroon, every single Cameroonian event that I've been to, there is never a time that they play a Makossa playlist and it does not include Kastika. So she's really like that reference, and I just really find her gracious. I'm laughing because most people who hear me talk about Kastika, they always feel like I sound like a broken record because I always say, oh my goodness, she is just so gracious, and I just really admire her. Like, she literally represents what her name is, you know? And yeah, funny enough, she's someone that I've actually met before, but not intentionally. I have met her. That was in my brother's school. It was a boarding school, and I remember at the time we went to pay a visit to my brother because he was in boarding school. And so I remember coming out of the car with my family, and we passed across her, and I looked and I was like, wait, isn't that Kastika? You know, she was wearing dark sunshades, and I remember we were kind of late because the visits had like limited time. So we had to kind of, rush and quickly go see my brother. And so I remember at the time, like, I saw her and I was like, wait, that's her. My parents didn't even pay attention, like, they didn't see her or notice her, but I noticed her. And I remember when I got into my brother's dorm, I was like, I think I just saw Gastika, when we were coming over. And my brother was like, oh yeah, she has her son over here, and her son is one of my friends. Da, da, da. I was like, I just saw her. Like, I literally just passed across her. And so I was like, oh my God, I would have loved to say hi. Yeah, so that was the only time that I really come across God Stakeout. But I'm really hoping that at some point I would come across her again, but this time around to actually work on a project with her because she is an amazing, amazing Cameroonian female figure for us, and I have so much respect for her. And yeah, it would be a dream come true working with her. For Sinach, I have also had a lot of admiration for Sinach. I think Sinach is a great, great gospel singer. Her songs are life changing. I literally feel like I have a relationship with Sinach's music because at the time that I was not born again, Sinach's music is one of the first musics that I came to discover. And you're gonna find it crazy, but I was a Catholic. And growing up as a Catholic, I really did not know that there was such a thing as writing a praise and worship song and recording it and singing it out. I really did not know because we usually had our Catholic anthems. I mean our Catholic hymns, sorry. And so discovering, and I actually did discover it through a friend of mine who was already born again. And so discovering that there was such a thing as writing a praise and worship song, I was like, oh, okay. That was like so new to me. And so Sinach's music was one of the first music that I started listening to. So it's like switching from, I never even used to listen to gospel songs because I didn't even know there was such a thing as gospel music. I would only hear like my Catholic hymns when I would go to church. But apart from that, I would be listening to my Makosa and any kind of music genre, but I didn't even know there was a genre like gospel music. Like that's how backward I was. So yeah, I actually got to discover Sinach through a friend of mine who at the time made me realize, well, you can actually sing a praise and worship song and record it. And so yeah, so discovering her songs for the first time, which was something new, it was really life changing. I felt like I experienced God and His presence differently than ever. And really, it's like I was at a beginning of a new journey. And so Sinach's music was literally like my everyday playlist. And so, yeah, apart from that, I do have a lot of respect for her as well. And her family, herself and her spouse are amazing, amazing people. I have actually had to chat indirectly with them over personal issues from afar, and they have been so helpful. And it's one of the things I can say. Sinach and her spouse, they would literally be gracious to you, whether they know you personally or not, but the way they would address you, the way they will talk to you is just with so much kindness. And I've met her in person too. And she is even more amazing in person. And yeah, I always go to her concerts. Like, I literally love her. She's amazing. And it will be such a blessing to get to collaborate with her if that ever happened. So I was inspired to write Batupik from personal experience and also just the people around me. Batupik is a song that basically just acknowledges how far we've come and acknowledges that we've not come this far by our power, but by that of God. And so Batupik is really that song is kind of like looking back in the past, everything that has happened, and just realizing how God was there every step of the way. And you're looking at your present self and you're so proud and thankful, and just realizing that you could not have made it if it had not been God. When you think back of the situations that you were able to come out of. And so, yeah, that's really what Batupik is. It honestly comes from personal experience, and also just seeing friends that I've had, friends around me, how far they've come as well. So yeah, it's really what Batupik is. I literally made it a goal to reach out to some friends, just to kind of express gratitude, because in the process of writing Batupik, like I said, it's like you're looking into your past and seeing how God was there every step of the way, and you're seeing all these people that you've had around you who have been great blessings. And I really just felt that desire in me to just reach out to friends and just really just express that gratitude, because a lot of times God will bring people to you for a particular purpose, for a lesson maybe that you have to learn, for a blessing. And I have really had amazing people that have been a tremendous blessing to me, unknowingly and indirectly. And so, yeah, it was really important that I express that gratitude and how much I thought that some of these people had been a great blessing to me, and most importantly to God, to whom this project literally goes to, because all the glory returns to Him, and He is literally the master planner of everything. Honestly, Batupik is that one song so far that has taken me the longest to complete. So I would say it was a pretty longer process compared to every previous song that I've had to work on. But I enjoyed the process in the end. I am really thankful for everyone that I got to work with. I had some really tough times with this project. There were a lot of things that I had to handle. I am very thankful for DJ Carl, because once him and I got to talk, oh my God, it was like speed, literally. It's almost like he could see everything that had to be corrected. He could see what was lacking. DJ Carl was literally like the missing piece to the project the whole time. And so yeah, I'm really just thankful for everyone who worked with me on this project, from Cameroon to US. And this project will have never come to light if I did not have such people to work with. So yeah, I'm just glad that in the end, yes, it was a long process, but we made it happen. Yeah. So keep streaming Batupik, keep streaming. So Batupik simply means all powerful God. Um, you could say Jehovah overdue, like some people like saying. You could say omnipotent God. But all in all, the meaning of the word Batupik means all powerful God. And it's from my dialect, Bassa, which is a Bantu language from Cameroon. Oh, my strength as an artist, I feel like I just said it. Languages. The fact that I am able to speak more than one language, for me, I see it as a strength. And I kind of love using that through my musical journey. And so, yeah, I can easily collaborate with someone who speaks English, someone who speaks French, someone who speaks Spanish. I'm actually working on a project right now where I'm putting tons of languages. And I've actually had to meet with about 40 people so far, just so they could work me through certain pronunciation. And I think it's just amazing. And languages is really something that I love. I just love learning different languages. That goes all the way back from childhood. Anyone who knows me, who went to school with me, middle school, high school, they will tell you I was always grabbing every language prize. Yes, that is how much I love languages. And I just love like the beauty of just realizing that, we sound different, we have different accents, and we can say one thing in like multiple, you know, um, languages, and I just find it so amazing. And so, yeah, I just think that's one of my strengths, just that ability to speak different languages. And yeah, I would want to say my accent too, because I love my accent. I just love that it sounds different, and every time people hear me, they're always wondering, is she from an island? You know? So it's just really interesting. And yeah, I just kind of use that to my advantage as well with my music. Another thing I would say is just having that diversity um, of cultural background for me, being that I literally grew up in a home where I had parents who would listen to reggae, they would listen to zouk. Oh my goodness, zouk was like core. Like if my dad came back to work, I would see him, dancing with my mom on a zouk music. So it was like zouk was literally like part of my childhood. That's why I love zouk so much, and I feel like every time I want to express love, every time I want to express emotions, I always go towards zouk because I don't know, like I literally just grew up seeing my parents express their emotions with zouk music, and so it's literally just something that stuck with me. Yeah, so I think that diversity in cultural background that I experienced while growing up, and also like tradition for me. I just find it so advantageous because I can dive into Makosa, I could dive into Zouk, I could dive into what? Asiko? Heck, yes, I could. I could do all of that. And that's why I put myself as an artist who's not just focused on one specific type of genre, because I don't want to feel like I'm just like caging myself up. I just want to feel free and express what I feel. And yeah, if I feel like expressing something in Zouk, I will do it. And if I want to express it in Makosa, I will do it. And I just find it so beautiful and so artistic too. So yeah, I just use that to my advantage, which I think is a great strength as well for me as an artist. As a musician, Um, I don't think I've grown to the point that I want yet, obviously, but I would say definitely the girl from 15 years old to the girl that I am now has definitely improved in some way. I would say vocally, with her presence on stage. I remember back then when I was in high school, when the director of my school just loved what we were doing with our music. He would want us to literally sing during like cultural events. And I was the only girl in the band. It was five guys, and I was the only girl. And I remember I will be so shy, but I would not want to show it. And so there would be all these people in my school, they would be hyping us. They would be like, oh, Lyrics HD, y'all are so great. Like, we love your music and stuff like that. And so every time we had to climb on stage to sing, oh my God, I would be so nervous, so nervous. And the guys will be there doing their thing, they would be rapping, and then when it's my turn, I'll just like, my family knows when I'm shy. And every time we watch the videos back, I'm like, oh my God, I'm shy right there. But yeah, like I was just so shy, I'm so nervous. So I definitely think there's an improvement in that area of some sort. But yeah, and vocally too, and mentally too. We obviously don't think the same, and we're still growing. I am still growing as an artist, and I'm just so thankful that at this point I even have greater people who are um, surrounding me and who are so supportive, because it also helps with my growth as a musician. My proudest moment as a musician would be when I released my very first professional debut single, Cannot Live Without You. I was so proud of myself for taking that step, because for years and years, I got off the whole music scene after my high school band and I just separated. And we just got so busy with life, and I kept telling myself, yeah, at some point you're gonna get back into music. But you know what? There is never a perfect time. We keep waiting and waiting, because you just want the time to be right. You want the resources to be right, but there is never a perfect time. And at the time that I was releasing Cannot Live Without You, I was in such a mess. Yeah. I was in such a mess, and things were really tough for me at the time. I don't know how I found the strength to just want to release Cannot Live Without You. And I remember it was around my birthday. And I just felt, you know what? I want to release this song because I want to still, tell God how grateful I am to Him. Things are tough, but I have food, I have a roof over my head, I have life, and this is so much already to be grateful for. Cannot live without you. I feel that it will always be my greatest project that I've worked on, because it was a bold step for me in that particular season of my life. I wouldn't have just one favorite, but I would say my best places where I have performed was every time I got to sing at a beginner church, whenever they were inaugurating a new church and I was invited. For me, I just felt so honored that they would even call me to, partake in that inauguration. And yeah, it always felt great to me, just knowing that I am here. This is their beginning, and I'm, over here, and we're starting this thing that will be a blessing to the community, and just giving all the glory back to God. And so, yeah, just being there in those moments where there's nothing big, there is no huge audience, there's no nice fancy instrument. Sometimes I've been to churches where it was literally just us and people clapping or making like instrumental sounds with their hands. And I just thought it was great. Just being there in those humble beginnings for me was really honorable to me that they actually invited me to be part of it. And with many of these churches, I've become like family, and a lot of times they call me back. I'm just like, of course I will, of course I will. And yeah, those will be my favorite places where I have performed so far. Um, it will be for people to tell me. You tell me, anyone watching, how would you describe me as a musician? I'm not sure. I think people have to let me know. But if I have to think about people I've worked with, some of the things they would say would be creative, patient, very patient, actually, most times. Except when things are going south and I'm like, no, we need to work on this. Like, yeah. But for the most part, very patient. I think a lot of people I've worked with would probably describe me as very courteous. I want to always treat whoever I work with the way I would want them to treat me. So it's something I always try to make sure of. And so I think that courtesy would be something that may be more palpable. But apart from that, I cannot think of anything else. I feel like I'm just talking more on the work side, but on the musical part, those around me so far would describe me as positive. Because one of the things that I do with my music for the most part is, bringing good energy, bringing positivity. Yeah, I really just don't want any bad energy in my song. If you listen to my lyrics, it's usually all about positivity, good energy, and yeah, looking forward to good vibes only. Nothing else except keep streaming Batupic, keep streaming. Tag me in your reaction videos, tag me when you're listening, keep streaming, keep sharing, like, comment. That really supports my work and it helps it to reach more people. Feel free to reach out on social media platforms. Um, and yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.